9 o'clock?
I have 9 o'clock exactly.
All right. I'll call the Village of Mount Sterling Special Council meeting for February 19, 2019 to order. Roll call, please.
Becky?
Here.
And Lowell?
Yes, I'm here.
All are present.
Okay, the next thing. I need a motion from the 3 remaining council members to accept Greg Hicks to fill the one of the 3 vacant seats on Village Council.
You had that motion, sir.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Passed.
Please stand, Mr. Hicks. Raise your right hand. I, your name?
Greg Hicks,
Greg Hicks, do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
to support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and will faithfully, honestly,
and faithfully and honestly
and impartially discharge the duties of the office
and impartially discharge the duties of the office
of Village Council of Mount Sterling.
of the Village Council of Mount Sterling.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You can take a seat.
Over here. Fine.
Now I need a motion from council to accept Mike Bennett to fill one vacant seat on the Village of Mount Sterling Council.
I'll give you that motion.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay.
Who
Vote.
wants to second?
That doesn't matter.
David?
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 Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Passed.
Craig.
Greg?
Getting?
Craig? Forgot to ask.
Oh, I'm sorry, Craig.
Yes.
Sorry.
Please stand. Raise your right hand. I, your name,
Mike Bennett,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I support the Constitution
that I support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and will faithfully and honestly,
and will faithfully and honestly,
impartially discharge the duties
impartially discharge the duties
of the office of Village Council of Mount Sterling.
of the office of Village Council of Mount Sterling.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Take your seat.
Congratulations.
Now, with that done, it was announced at the last council meeting that we had 3 vacant seats, and council, the 3 remaining council members have been doing interviews and talking to different people, and these 2 gentlemen was recommended to me by the 3 remaining council members to be sworn in.
At this time, I don't know where it's appropriate now, but I think we should think about cutting off the interviews and cutting off some time, because this is going on and on and on. So I don't know where you want it now. Well, it's up to you. But I'm going to make that a motion whenever time is.
Today's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, to cut off the submission of interests and resumes as of Friday. I think that's
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, so Lowell.
I agree. I say Friday at 4:30. That's it.
Well,
And that's closing time here.
time of closing.
Okay.
Okay, and that's February the, sorry, I can't my.
Today's the 19th.
The 22nd.
Yes,
We have a motion on the table for Lowell first.
that's my motion.
Becky seconded. Would you like to have a roll call?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes,
Craig?
Yes.
Okay, so that was that, and then you can finish your comment.
I'll do my comments during the mayor's report. Now, I need us all to stand, do the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That brings us on your agenda to the comments by the mayor. Do you need a copy, Mike? Does everybody have a copy of the agenda? Oh, sorry. Let me see yours. Recently, I've been told and I've been shown that a person or persons has been using my name and my identity and my phone number to make comments on Faceless Book. I do not comment or make statements or respond to Faceless Book. I send messages, private messages to people, but if you or anyone reads messages with my name, my phone number, it is simply not me. It's someone that holds a grudge or persons that hold a grudge against me because of the seat that I sit in. And I would like to make the community aware that I am not posting anything negative, anything that has to do with village business or the administration. I simply don't do it. If I have a comment to make, it'll be on the village webpage. And for all of those people that applied for the 3 positions of vacancies on village council, I thank you and we appreciate all the interest. These 2 gentlemen, I simply know by sight. I met them during an interview for this council seat. That's for the people that think that something's going on in back rooms. It's not. We handle everything in the front room with complete transparency. So that's the only comment I have referring to filling these 3 seats. I know that it was suggested to us by the auditor, by the solicitor, to move this along as quickly as possible and to find the right people that are willing. And after talking to these 2 individuals, I think we have 2 individuals that are going to work hard for this community. So I would like to congratulate both of you and welcome you here. There's going to be some tough decisions in the future, but I'm sure you guys are up to making those decisions rather than causing havoc that we've experienced in the past. So thank you for submitting for it, and welcome to the Village Council of Mount Sterling, both of you, Craig and Mike.
Thank you.
That brings us to President Pro Tem remarks. David Timmons.
I'd like to welcome Craig and Mike, and I'm looking forward to working with you. We got a lot of work ahead of us, and I appreciate you both taking the time to step up as citizens of the village, willing to do this job. It's never easy, but the point of it is you're willing to take your time to help us with the village, and I'm looking forward to the future. Don't want to think about the past. We got to start moving forward and getting the job done, and I appreciate that, and that's all I have to say.
Very good. That brings us to public comments. So if no one has any comments to make, that will bring us, I guess I should ask either of you if you have any questions, anything to say. Now that you're on council, you're more than welcome to speak up.
Not at this time, but
Not at this time. All righty, I understand. That brings us into ordinances and resolutions. This ordinance 2019-3 is on the third reading. I believe, have you followed and you know what this ordinance is about Timmons Way, dedicating the alley?
Yes.
Both of you? Okay. So I need a motion to place it on the third and final reading.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you. A second.
I'll second.
Thank you. A vote?
David,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lou,
Yes.
Yes.
So that's done. I
are-
need a,
no, you need an adoption.
I know it.
Oh, I was just gonna ask real quick, are we gonna, do a dedication or something for that too? Are we gonna schedule
We're
that?
planning on Memorial Day. I'm going to have Mr. Mark Mason will be a speaker, and we'll have more details on that. I think it'll be appropriate time.
Okay,
And it's going to be for all World War II veterans, really, because I still say they're the greatest generation.
okay.
Now I need a message for passage. I need a motion to
Adopt.
adopt.
No, passage is for ordinance.
Ordinance,
Resolutions
adopts.
are for adoption. You need
Okay.
passage.
All right, I stand corrected. I need a motion for passage of ordinance 2019-3.
I'll give you that motion.
Thank you. A second.
Here.
Thank you. Vote?
David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lou,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
and it's passed.
It's passed. So, Veterans Day, did you say?
Yeah, we're going to have that on
Memorial Day.
I think it'd be appropriate, because we'll have our
Okay.
things there. And like I said, and I'll give me time to invite a lot of people. I'm going to try to get several people from the military there. So it'll be.
Very good.
It's okay.
That brings us to ordinance 2019-4. This is an ordinance amending the rules of council. This is on the first reading only. And I'm going to let Courtney explain to you all what this ordinance is in reference to.
Okay, so this ordinance amending the rules of council is something that David has looked through. Per rules of council, or current rules of council, state that the President Pro Temp makes any of those corrections and then gives it to the mayor. The mayor has then approved. A resolution has been formed, or I'm sorry, an ordinance has been formed by our solicitor, and this will be on the first reading. So you guys, as new members, will have time to read that, make any of those suggestions back to the President Pro Tem, and go on from there. So this will just be on the first reading.
Questions? Okay, I need a motion to place 2019-4 on the first reading.
Have that motion?
Thank you.
Second.
Vote?
David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
Yes.
Craig.
Yes.
Thank you.
Passed on first reading.
Now, that brings us to Resolution 2019-1. This is a resolution authorizing me, Mayor, or the designee, which would be the President Pro Tem, to renew the insurance policy that we now have with Reinhardt, Walters, and Dana Insurance Agency. Do you have any questions about our insurance? Then I need a motion to put that on the first reading.
I'll give you the motion.
Here. Second.
You want to comment about the insurance, or are we good?
We're good. I know the three, well, I say existing but not formal, three members, everybody had gotten this in their February 11th packet, so you guys have had enough time to review that. Of course, the new members, they've had time to review that. With any questions, again, this is just the insurance the properties, equipment, vehicles. You guys, again, first reading.
You recall how much of an increase?
No, there wasn't.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I was able
All
to
right.
maintain it at the same as last year.
That's shocking.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a real plus
That is.
for us, for her to negotiate, I guess, or keep it where it's at, because everybody knows insurance, like medical costs, never go down, but we're really lucky that it stays the same for the next year, right? So, did I get a motion?
Yeah, because well, I just want to elaborate on part of that.
Go right ahead.
What's listed in there is all the vehicles and things like that. So until we get billed for that, we won't get billed for that until June. So you guys are just making a mark on it of saying, okay, this is the equipment, this is the vehicles that we have, and then we you know, at that point, you know, look at those prices and things like that. So, you know, again, this is on the first motion. Once we can get into it and actually look at the prices on there. Okay, so I just want everybody to understand what's in your packet. The first reading, but you have Becky and Mike. Would you like to have a roll call?
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
Yes.
Craig.
Yes.
Passed on the first.
Very good. That brings us to Resolution 219-2. This resolution accepting the Parks and Rec consultant employment contract, and I'm going to let Courtney explain that to you, and explain really the whole resolution, where we're at now, what he wants to be or we want to be. She can explain that.
Okay, so during a Park and Rec meeting that was held a few weeks ago, or I believe it was a month ago, there was a motion, I want to say not a motion, but a recommendation that was taken during that committee. And that was to allow Jack Dill, which is our current Park and Rec director, he is currently 1099 employee, which means that you know, he gets offered no benefits, no insurance, no OPERS, no Medicare. A recommendation was placed during that committee meeting and brought to you guys as council to allow him to be a village employee, which means that he does not need to have insurance, and he would still be making the same rate of pay, the $13 an hour, and still be part-time. So he has asked the committee to bring it to you guys and asked for that to happen instead of being a 1099. And again, first reading, so that everybody has time to review that.
What about insurance? What was your comment on that?
He doesn't need insurance, medical insurance. And any questions on that? Okay, it'll be on the first reading again.
Okay. I need a motion to place Resolution 219-2 on the first reading.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Vote?
David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
No.
Craig.
Yes.
Passed on first reading.
Carried. That brings us to Resolution 219-3. This is a resolution, as you all, or three of you will remember, authorizing 20 hours of overtime to Courtney Bricker, fiscal officer, for the purpose of fulfilling public records request and declaring this an emergency. What this was, to the two new members, if you've been following, we had a records request. And these records requests from meetings back in 2015 or 2016 or whenever it was, this requires her to come in on not doing her regular schedule hours. She would have to do this on overtime. So council is authorizing 20 hours, which she estimated it would take 20 hours to fulfill these requests. Now, I can say in the meantime, these requests have been dropped. She got an email or something, dropped the request. She doesn't have to. So we went to the auditor and said, look, whoever asked for these records requests, they've dropped them. So, and they said, well, go ahead and pass the resolution for the 20 hours of overtime so it'll be there. So next month or 6 months from now, if somebody makes a record request, you don't have to go through this process. That money will lay there, and it'll be earmarked for overtime for record retention or going back records request.
And
So-
can I add something on that too?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so of course, again, and I want to make this clear to everybody as well as to the members on council, is that this will not be used unless authorized by council themselves. So I can't go in here and say, oh, I got a records request, I'm going to use it tomorrow and use 5 hours of overtime. That's not how this has worked, okay? Also, to add on to that, the reason being is the reason that the state auditors are asking for this to happen is because my salary comes out of the general fund, okay? As we know, we are under a physical emergency. The state has placed us under a physical emergency. Any additional allowances, and that meaning salary, overtime, operational costs, anything that comes out of the general fund has to go back to our financial commission committee, okay? Which means that they would have to approve this to have happen, okay? Now, in the meantime, you guys are, as council, are going to be receiving a copy of the general fund forecast because it has to be updated yearly. This is going to be fixed into this, okay? And that's the reason why the state auditors are asking us to do that, because in the future, if there are any requests, that it's here, that we don't have to go back to the financial commission because it was already recommended during February 5th's meeting, okay? So again, overtime is not given to Courtney whenever Courtney wants to take it, okay? Courtney is only given overtime with the direction of council, okay?
And council will be made aware of any records request. If she gets a record request, she comes to you guys.
That's right. Just like we have.
Then, yes.
Yep.
So then you have to approve the whole process. But you've already got the money set back for it, so. So, I need a motion. Do we need to do this on 3?
Yes, you're suspending.
Okay. I need a motion to suspend the rules for Resolution 219-3.
You have that motion?
Second.
I'll second.
All right. Vote.
David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
Yes.
Craig.
Yes.
Have
Na-
to suspend.
Now I need a motion to place this 2019-3 resolution on 1, 2, and 3 readings at this time.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you. A second.
Here.
Thank you. Vote.
David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
Yes.
Craig.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt Resolution 219-3.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you. A second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Vote.
Wait.
Discussion.
I want to comment on this.
All right.
I think that it ought to be amended because it might be somebody other than Courtney. And so I think that I would add a motion to, after the word Courtney Bricker, or council's designee, after fiscal officer, or council's designee, because we might have Misty do it.
Okay, but that will be a separate entry because I only affect the general fund. If that has to be done in overtime, she will have to have her own because she comes out of the water and the sewer. This
Again?
only is in regards to the general fund because my salary comes out of that. So if there's another request, you guys will be presented to council. And again, it doesn't have to be sent through the commission, the financial commission committee. That will be presented to you guys.
Basically, it would come in front of us.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I know it will, but. All right.
Are you okay with that?
No, I'm not. I know you have to do, but I just think that nobody else can do it but you. And maybe 2 or 3 months from now, it might be somebody else as the fiscal officer. See, that's what I was trying to cover. The fiscal officer. And take out the, well, let's do this. Maybe you just take out the word Courtney Bricker, but just say the fiscal officer. And then you could have anybody do it as far as fiscal officer is concerned. I just think it's vague. I think that it should be more explicit. That's my comment.
So you're suggesting it say a resolution authorizing 20 hours of overtime to fiscal officer for the
In
purpose.
this case, yeah. And it could be Courtney. But when you put names in there, you're going to tie yourself up.
Well,
I mean,
So it's up to you.
we've already,
That's my thoughts on it.
I don't know
That's
if I
my
can amend it
discussion.
on the, I'm not sure, can I amend it on the motion
We can
to
recommend
adopt?
amend it. Yes, we can on the last, before adopting it, we can amend it.
I can,
That's the reason I had to wait.
okay.
I agree with Lloyd. Maybe I'd be the best right just to be on that, on the.
Yeah. We know, if you had fiscal officer, it covers Courtney or anybody.
No, it would not cover anybody. It would only
It
cover.
would cover the
whoever-
fiscal officer.
That's
Fiscal
right.
officer only, yes.
And it would be anybody that was fiscal officer.
Okay, well,
Think back-
What did council say anything about it? Or the
no, they.
auditors?
No, they received a copy of it.
The auditors.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Mark has approved this for form.
He actually wrote it.
Well, that doesn't make it right.
Yeah, so you guys just need to direct on clerk of council how you guys want to handle this and how you want to amend it.
I think we could go through the this, and then like Lowell said, we can amend it later, can we, basically?
No, we had to amend it now.
Well, you'd have to bring the thing, you could later, you could.
It's on an emergency, so
Yeah.
how it is written now is how it's going to be placed in motion unless you guys amend.
Yes.
We can amend
We
it
can't,
now before
we
adoption.
amend it, we
I
can
think we
amend
should
it.
go as it is then, if we have to get it done. Then I do, but
Comment? Anyone?
To amend
Okay.
it-
Pardon?
To amend it, you'd have to send this all back, or you just,
You just amend.
I thought we did too. Craig, tell you the truth, but Lowell tells me we don't have to,
Well,
You
right?
can do it on the last
Okay.
reading, which is what we're trying to do.
no, what I'm saying, it has to be rewritten and you have to vote on it again and all that. It's just, you just can't take that out and,
He says we can take it out.
But we don't have a solicitor to confirm that either, so you guys wanted to.
Well,
Are you sure we can?
question on it.
Did you guys want to table it
That's.
until the next meeting? Until the next council meeting on the 25th?
Till we get an
Okay.
answer on it.
All
Pardon?
right, they're going to table this.
You're gonna make a motion to table?
Yes.
I'll make. the
Table
motion.
this,
let's table it until we can discuss it more.
Resolution?
I think so too.
Lowell's went ahead and motioned. Who would like to second?
All right, I'll second.
The motion would read to table Resolution 219-3 for further study.
for further study up until the motion to adopt, because I've had a roll call vote to place it on the first, second reading, and it passed. So we're at the motion to adopt
Right.
stage,
Now we have a motion to
to table it
table it.
until the next meeting.
Yes.
And I have a second, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
You need a roll call.
yes, I do.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
yes.
Okay. That's placed on the table. Resolution 219-4, a resolution adopting a new public records policy and declaring this an emergency. Do you all understand that? A new public records policy. That is for the resolution of public records request. We have to have a public records policy in place. Do you want to elaborate?
Sure. Okay, so as working through most of these public records requests, it was brought to a work session for all of the council's attendance. And during that work session, it was found that due to the lack of documentation and legislation to be filed correctly, the village could not find a copy of a records policy request. And it's not to say that we didn't have it, but it's not to say that we did have it. We just can't find a copy of it. So what that committee did, and during that work session, council members have, had come together and created a new policy. So this policy, which is enclosed in your legislation packet here, basically spells out what that policy should follow. So it'll state, the cost per page. It'll state the process, once I receive it, how I receive it as clerk of council. It'll also say how it's being responded back. So it'll outline everything of what that policy and process should be, because every municipality should have a policy. So again, we're not to say that we don't have it, it's just there's a lack of, filing process in the past. So this is again an updated version that moving forward from this point, that's why this is processed as an emergency. So moving from this point on, this policy will be put in place.
I have a question before we start. I know why did Mark think resolution over an ordinance?
That I don't know. I'm not the attorney.
I don't know.
An ordinance would have been stronger. I guess because it's going with, maybe with money matters. Okay.
Okay. Resolution 219-4, resolution adopting a new public records, updating the one we can't find.
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
When we did get together in committee and adopted a new public records policy, or made a policy for us now to adopt, we reflected Grove City's policy, I believe. So I just want the public to know that we did our due diligence and looked at several communities around and their public records policy, and Grove City was, in our opinion, the clearest and most efficient policy. So that's what we did, and the reason it is on emergency, like I believe was already stated, is that because we don't have one. So we could get a records request in tomorrow, and we would just like to get that policy in place.
Very good.
Yeah.
I need a motion to suspend the rules for 219-4. Thank you. Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. A vote?
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
I need a motion to place 219-4 on 1, 2, and 3 readings.
You had that motion?
Thank you. A second.
Here.
Yeah, thank you. Vote?
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
I need a motion to adopt Resolution 219-4.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Vote?
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Passed on emergency.
Thank you. That brings us to Resolution 219-5.
Once again, see that? I wonder why we have the word resolution for a village administrator, to hire a village administrator. I think it should have been an ordinance. I don't know.
It's just a resolution, I believe, for the posting.
It's just for the posting.
This is for the posting,
right?
Yes.
to advertise
But it
for.
doesn't say It says hire on mine.
But you have to read the back of the legislation here, so let's go ahead and pull that out.
I had the same question, Lowell.
Right here, but
So-
you see in the whereas, and again, the former, or I don't want to say former, but people that remained on council, you had received your packets on the 9th of February that has the information in here that we could have reviewed. It shows here, council approves the posting of a village administrator position, whereas council accepts the description of the job duties of the village administrator. So all this is, it's just stating that this opportunity, you got to see where the whereas too. It's a descriptive part of your legislation that allows me to go ahead and post this. So it's, again, council is the legislative authority. You guys have the opportunity. You have the rule to hire any employee. This is just allowing the position and the description to be posted.
There's two things here. A resolution authorizing Bill or his designee to hire. And then the first thing says approve the posting of the position. This has nothing to do with hiring. This one will hire him.
Well, again, I'm not an attorney, so.
I know, but you read this, where we want a resolution authorizing Bill to hire. We don't want to do that. Because this
Could we
resolution won't do
simply-
it. This resolution won't do it. It just posts it to advertise. If you read it. That's my interpretation of it. Not that Bill can't recommend and do all this stuff, but he can't with this ordinance or this resolution to hire. I know we'd like to have it in
Let me
place
see
as soon
this.
as
Is this it?
possible. No, this is Greg's. I don't have mine.
And again, current council people that were sitting, you've had since February the 9th
To
make any
hire, that
corrections.
shouldn't be right either.
Rules of council
And then
state that.
I know, but then the definition of it is not to hire, it's to post it.
Post
Post it.
for the
Right,
hiring.
in the description, it makes it clear though, it's
I
just
know.
we're posting.
I know, dear. I agree with you. But here's the main body of it right here.
So would you like to amend the writing of the resolution?
I think it should be because
Okay,
it's
to maybe
it's
post
saying one thing
the
at the
village
top and saying
administrator?
another in
Designee
the
to
description.
post
the position.
for hiring
For hiring.
a village administrator.
Posting it.
Mhm.
All right. So
So is it, do you guys want it to read as a resolution authorizing William Martin, mayor, or his designee to post for hiring village administrator
Yes.
and declaring an emergency?
yes,
I'd be
Okay.
agreeable with that, yeah.
Okay.
yeah, because otherwise, that we know that's what he's doing. But then when you get into the description, it talks about approving the posting, accepting the description, and recommending. But it does. That's not to hire. That's just to
So
post
again, the
it.
motion that's on the table, let me reread, a resolution authorizing William Martin, mayor, or his designee to post for hiring village administrator and declaring an emergency.
I'll give you that motion.
I'll
Second.
it.
Vote.
Okay, so Lowell second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just a question. We're authorizing William Martin, the mayor, or his designee to post for hiring a village administrator.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we have it?
Mm-hmm. Vote.
And you have David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell?
Now, this is the first reading.
No, this is suspending the rules.
This is-
Suspending the rules, yes.
This is a motion to change it, the reading,
We've
to amend it.
changed it.
The next motion will be,
This is-
and then,
Confused them.
on the motion to adopt,
Yes.
then,
Yes.
then we'll have comments to make. So, we've agreed to change the wording, to amend it, and we voted on it.
Okay, wait, I haven't gotten through the whole roll call. I have Becky that motion, Lowell that second, and I'm on Lowell to approve the changing of the resolution.
Yes.
Okay.
Vote.
Craig?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, on the amended Resolution 21905, I need a motion to suspend the rules.
I gave it to you.
Thank you. Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes?
Craig?
Yes.
I need a motion to place 219-5 on first, second, and third reading.
You have that motion?
Thank you. Second.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes?
Craig?
Yes.
Now, I need a motion to adopt 219-5.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Second.
I'll second.
All right, now.
Thank you.
I would like to
Comments?
Have it read. How are we going to
1, 2, 3
adopt it?
readings.
He wants
Pardon?
it read.
Yeah, okay. A resolution authorizing William Martin, mayor or his designee, to post for hiring village administrator and declaring an emergency.
Yes. I'm ready.
Okay.
Comments? We got a motion to adopt, right? Comments?
No.
For the new people on board, the State of Ohio Auditor's Office recommended that we hire a village administrator. They expect us to hire a village administrator soon, is why we're doing this. For the last year and few months, Courtney's carried the bulk of this responsibility, and a little bit has been split between myself and Misty maybe, and they've recognized this, and they have told me that I will have a village administrator sooner than later. So this is for posting for a village administrator. Now, from the last village administrator we had, he didn't have to have a lot of knowledge or education about the village administrator duties. So we've changed some of the requirements. You have to require you to have a license in water and some license in sewer, so that we can get the most benefit out of the village administrator. I mean, we hired a village administrator that didn't know spit about water and sewer, and I mean, it turned into we had to hire extra people because of that, or we had to keep extra people on board. So now we've amended the qualifications for village administrator, and in the long run, it's going to save us money. It really will. So, with that said, I have a motion to adopt.
No.
Yes, I do. Don't I? Yes.
I believe so.
Now I need a vote. Oh, sorry, comments.
Oh, I thought you wanted the motion.
Well, we got Craig and Becky for motions.
Okay, so vote to adopt.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Very good.
With the amended,
Yes.
I was
We'll-
posted to hire.
We'll post
yes.
that immediately. The Resolution 2019-6, resolution authorizing me or my designee to hire a gentleman by the name of Cody Lindsay as a Water One operator. And we're declaring this an emergency because the urgency to get him on board. I'm sure you're all aware that we've lost Tyler as a full-time employee. We had to hire him back as a 1099 at a considerably higher rate. So we have to have a Water One operator at our water plant, our new water plant. We went through the posting. We didn't get a lot of job applicants because of the low rate of pay, which they seem to think it's a low rate of pay to have a license one. Matter of fact, that's why we lost Tyler. I think he got a $2 pay raise by simply moving to London. So we interviewed. I'm making my suggestion to hire a Mr. Cody Lindsay with a Water One operator license as full-time employee here in the village of Mount Sterling. I need a motion to suspend the rules.
Yes.
Thank you. Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Vote.
David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
Yes.
Craig.
Yes.
I need a motion to place this on first, second, and third reading.
Yes.
Thank you. Second.
Yes.
Thank you. Vote.
David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
Yes.
Craig.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt Resolution 2019-6. Go right ahead.
You say yes.
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Becky?
Discussion. Is there any questions about this gentleman, or
When
Oh,
you're
good,
gonna
we
have
know
him
we
start?
need him, that's the main thing.
we have to have
Yeah, I
him?
think we
When
have
do
to
you want
have
him to start?
According to him, he would have to give a 2-week notice.
Okay, so
Yeah, so there's a 2-week notice that.
he's hired here, though.
Yeah. And again, he'll have to be notified
Yeah.
after this passage, and then maybe we can work. with
Definitely
Tom.
gotta have him in place, yeah.
And again, for just the general public to realize is that he's going in at our standard rate of pay, and he does have the proper licensure. And once he's trained and in that position, we will be able to let our 1099 position go, therefore saving us money.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna let it go. We're gonna have to keep Tyler on board, aren't we?
Until training.
For some other
Until, like
things,
what Becky said,
even though
until
we
training.
have this man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Tyler's available to us.
Actually, Courtney's going to try to get Tyler in here more hours, several more hours, so that
Right.
he can
Get trained.
get trained sooner than later.
Yes, I understand that.
It's a very I wanted to take the two new council members on a tour of our property in the water plant. It's a high tech, complicated. I don't understand it, but complicated system, and the EPA requires us to have people in place for that water plant and that sewer plant. So that's what we're doing. We're putting people in place and trying to save money at the same time. So, did I have a vote to
We just need
adopt?
to do a roll call.
Roll call to adopt.
Yep. David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
Yes.
Craig.
Yes.
Motion's passed.
Thank you all very much. That brings us to round table.
When do you hope to have applicants for the village administrator available to us at the next meeting Monday?
We should, yeah.
We should.
Yep. Yep. I'll be posting that today on our website, and again, with the paper, we don't get a daily paper through Mount Sterling, so we need to put this on our website, just like we've posted the village council seats on the website. You know, unfortunately, that's the only way of communication that we have, because again, the paper won't be processed until this coming Sunday. So just like we did with the council seats, I know Billy had said that on Monday's meeting. We've also announced it now, and then we'll be placing it on the village website.
Okay. One other comment on resolution 19-2, when we had a resolution to accept employment contract for park and recreation consultant, that should have gone through the finance, and we did not see that.
That's why it's only placed on the first reading.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But I want the finance wants to look at that too. Either first or second reading.
Yep. We can do that.
It's,
I mean, that's not your fault. It's just the
Yeah.
committee should have recommended to finance. And that committee is gone now. There's no one on that committee in here now, is there?
Becky still is the chair.
Becky's chairperson, and then
We're waiting to.
David's gone to make assignments
Yeah.
to,
Yes,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is, the finance show's seeing what's coming up.
I have a comment.
Yes,
Are we just moving on to roundtable, right?
we're moving around the round table.
I just wanted to, again, let the public know, because sometimes, like, we're in here and we're doing it, and we forget that you don't know the internal workings of things. I do want to let the public know that we have interviewed on 3 different occasions, a dozen applicants, literally, I believe there are 12, and we have selected 2, and we're excited about them coming on board, and thank you for your desire to help our community. And I wanted to thank everyone that's interviewed. Really excited to hear about how much people want to be a part of things and help the community. Several, I believe almost all of them have said they're willing to serve on other communities, community committees, even if they weren't selected for council. So that's great moving forward. When I ran a little over a year ago, there were 4 positions open and 4 of us ran. So it's exciting that with these 3 positions open, we've already had a dozen people that were interested, and we do have the 1 position left to fill, and I believe, as Lowell mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, we're going to keep that open until Friday and continue to do interviews, but all 3 council members were at every interview, and just wanted to let everyone know that. And then the last thing I wanted to let the public know, in case they weren't aware, the village administrator position that we are hiring, as you heard, Courtney has mainly been carrying the weight of that position without the pay, and we have saved quite a bit of money over the last year and a half or so with that, but the time has come that it does need filled, and I want to assure everybody, in no way has anything to do with the water rate increase. It's a completely different fund, and the state auditor is watching us every step of the way because we are in a fiscal emergency, so they know every dollar that we spend and they approve it. So I just want to give everyone that peace of mind and assurance that everything is transparent and everything is available to look at on the website. I believe we're in the Ohio checkbook
Yes, we are.
plan now where you can get on and look at every check that's written. So we encourage you to do that, and we're very excited about the renewed public interest to help the community.
Very good.
That's it.
Comments?
I want to bring up too, on committees, as soon as we get the 6th seat filled, I will work on the committees.
Okay.
I'll have that, so I just want to tell everybody, it will happen, but as soon as we get to.
Okay, hopefully you will have those Monday, maybe.
Yes, sir.
So we have committees. I'm sure you guys are aware. We have finance, then we have a representative to Pleasant Township trustees. We have a representative go to the squad meetings, the fire department. Then we have water and wastewater committee, which handles most of the water issues, finances. Then we have a street committee. We have a Parks and Rec committee, and the deputy, Jackie Deal, is the director of the Parks and Rec. That was what that one resolution was about, to change the way he was paid. Then we have the record of retention, which Lowell is working on. Then we have one that no one wants to deal with. It's called nuisance and abatement. But we'll deal with it. Trust me, we're going to deal with it just as soon as the weather breaks. And then we have block watch. And we'll as soon as we
We're
get
going to work on a
fully
citizen.
manned.
I think we need to have some citizens step up on that too.
You can. It
Yeah,
says that.
we
Yes,
can.
Yes, sir.
So do you guys have any questions right now after sitting through this?
Afraid to ask, aren't you?
No,
Yeah.
I
Trying to
don't
take
have
it
no
all in
questions.
right now.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
Get
good.
my feet wet.
It
yeah.
takes well, Mike, yeah.
We'll try to have you a name tag up so everybody knows who to throw darts at next meeting. And with that, any comments? Is it?
There was one I had, I think I've forgotten it.
Okay.
Hopefully we can fill this vacancy on council on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So if we cut off the date at 4:30 on Friday, this, we should meet somehow to interview that candidate so we can have one ready to
Mm-hmm.
put in place Monday.
We can do that.
Okay, thank you.
They're unlocked.
I didn't know, I mean, I
Yeah, it's unlocked. But the meeting's over now. Yeah, we can do that. We'll have time for that.
Send it to me, and then I'll let, of course, like I do, let you guys know.
What about if we call a special meeting for 4:30 on Friday? Let's see, can I do that? To,
You can call it, well, I mean, if you, the town hall closes at 4 o'clock, so if you call it, you know, again, it's gonna, you guys
special
need to
meeting
have
at
time.
4:30 to finish interviewing.
Yeah, you can finish the interviews at 4:30.
Is that all right? So if we call a special meeting, it gives us plenty of time to complete the interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can talk about the interviews, I mean, the public just needs to know when you wanna cut it off. And then you guys have to
Correct.
determine when.
Correct. But if we're going to have anything on Monday, we're going to have to do it between Friday at 4 and
Yeah.
Monday at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you and Craig have to sign this book. I'll bring it around
So
to
you're
you.
adjourning?
Yeah, I am. Anything else? We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Appointed,
I'll go ahead
these
and
two
shut the
council
recorder off
members.
here.
We're going to have to talk with.
Come on, Beth. One under your belt.
You were
Was this?
Craig, you've got your cookie.
Oh, you got a cookie over here. All right, I gotta get back to work.